ready? Born ready? Alright. Let's get you in. Listen, I just realized something. I didn't change your name. I didn't make it your name under your camera link, so I'm gonna have to do that now. HenricoM podcast number 6. Henry Kearney. Did I say it right this time? Okay, you can talk now. You don't have to shake your head.
Oh, I can talk. I'm not muted anymore.
What is up, my boy? Henry Kearney, everyone. Everyone knows you. Well, everyone who's watched me before knows you. He's still alive. He's still with us. He's telling his girlfriend not to come in because she's probably naked in the background.
Yes, she is.
And we don't want that. How's it going, bud?
Alright.
How's things been on your side?
Okay, I suppose.
Since the last time we spoke?
Man, just work. Work has been shit. I hate work.
Out of all the podcasts that I've done, aside from the one with Dark Phoenix, yours got the most amount of... How do I say this? It got the most amount of feedback with regards to people really just wishing you well. Like, people would they took your story.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, guys.
They loved your story. And they appreciated that you shared it. And it was, I mean, anyone who watched it. If anyone wants to, please do check out my previous podcast. We did one with Henry fairly recently, like 2 or 3 ago. And he's agreed to be back on the podcast because me and Henry, we think alike when it comes to like conspiracies and stuff like that. So I definitely wanted to get him on the podcast again to speak about the old corona. The old coronavirus.
It's corona time.
It's corona time. Yo, okay. I just want to, before we start the podcast, I want to make it very clear that everything said in this podcast, everything discussed in this podcast is merely a opinion from both me and Henry's side, and it's not based on any facts or any knowledge that we have. It is simply our opinion. So please don't fucking sue me. Sponsor me, don't sue me. There we go.
Yes, please don't sue me either. I have a very dark sense of humor, so I might let 1 or 2 dark jokes slip.
It's fine, we can take the dark jokes. Pretty sure that everyone can handle it. Anyone watching from home, thank you so much for tuning in. Anyone watching live, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for all the support. We are currently at 8 subscribers out of 11. Thank you so much, boys. We're soon there. 1 more sub and we're at 9. That makes no sense. Okay, thank you so much. Henry, how's it going, dude? How's things been for you since Corona took over our country?
Specifically affected me?
Yeah, let's start with that. How did it affect you?
Not much.
Not at all.
I mean, fuck, it works. The only nice thing about Corona at the moment is no traffic.
True. I can vouch on that. Okay, I don't have that much traffic anymore. Compared to like what I used to have when I worked at my previous job, but even now I think if I see 1 car in the morning, it's a lot.
I mean, fuck, I used to drive bumper to bumper traffic to work like every morning. The piece of road before you go through Eersterivier, they're busy working on the road there, so it's always a fuck up. But as soon as this coronavirus thing started happening and the president said, listen here guys, fucking everybody has to work from home, whatever. Now I just go through there, no stopping, fuck all. I get to work like in 10 minutes.
Yo, that's not bad. I'm assuming you're not working from home.
No.
Is there a reason for
unfortunately,
that?
Unfortunately, the kind of work I do, I can't work from home, unfortunately.
And has your because I know you're a manager and the people under you, have they expressed their like do they feel they have to work from home? Is they
fuck, I don't give a shit about them. They must fucking work. No, seriously, the work we do is like, honestly, it can't be done.
That's physical work,
from
right?
home. Yeah, it's physical work. So I mean, the logistical, it will be just a logistic nightmare if we have to send equipment to people's houses for them to fix and ship out again. It's gonna be, it just won't work.
So, Henry, you work for a bank. We're not going to say which bank, but what I'm curious about, the branches, right? How are they handling it? Do you know? I don't know if you know. I don't know if you're allowed to tell me. If you don't want to tell me, it's fine. I completely understand.
Fuck, I can tell you whatever the fuck I want. I don't care.
But has anything changed in that regard? Has there been any? What are the because I mean bank branches, obviously they work with a lot of people every day, and I mean, how's that changed? Do you maybe know?
Okay, so the first thing we put in place is like a hygiene type of a thing. So everybody has like their station where they have like their almost an antiseptic, their hand sanitizer stuff where they clean their hands. They have wipes. They have to wipe down the finger reader with after people come in to do their stuff. They wipe down the table, stuff like that. But what they want to do now is try and see if they can connect two finger readers to each workstation, so that the consultants have their own finger reader, so they don't have to keep touching the same reader as the clients.
Okay.
So that's a little small thing they put in place. I'm not really sure about anything else, but yeah, I really don't know. It's early days, so I don't know. Things could still changed quite a lot. I know we put in place for over 1,000 people to work from home. So
Wow, that's
our campuses are going to be like a ghost town. So
Marius. You know Marius. I know Marius works from home. He's assistant. He's a system analyst. So they are working
uh,
from home. I know. I mean, they work.
Maurice Fourie or
No, from Wyk.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. I know he's working from home now, which
Mm.
is. But I kind of now that you mentioned the two fingerprint readers, that kind of makes sense. I just feel for those people in the branches because I can't I can't see how they don't work or how they can work without a fear because I'd be
Yeah,
scared.
obviously, and the thing is, the health system in South Africa, it's
Horrible.
fucking. Let's be honest, it's fucking shit.
Hmm. In my
You,
podcast I just had now, actually, we discussed this a bit. So Discovery Health, the best
mm,
health
my
company in
medical aid, yeah.
yeah, the best medical aid we have in our country. They don't pay. They will pay for your test only if it's positive. So if you're scared that you have coronavirus, if you feel that you might have it and you want to go get tested, it's not about you can't just go to get tested. You have to pay for it if it's negative. What fucking
Yeah.
logic is that? Why do we pay for medical aid and insurance and all these things so much money every single time, only to be told in the situation where this is one of those situations where this is why we have you. This is why we pay for you every month so that you can help us in this time of where we really need medical treatment and really need medical help. And now they won't help you unless you're one of the unfortunate people to actually get the
Mm.
virus. That's horrible.
That is horrible, but look, at the end of the day, there's still a business,
Yeah.
They still have people to pay. They still have, their accounts and shit to pay. So, I understand out of a business perspective, they can't just have everybody fucking running to PodCast to get a test done and spending a shitload of money, and then it's just a mass hysteria type of thing where people just want to get tested. So I obviously understand that it's fucking shitty because we pay them a lot of money every month.
Yeah.
But in other senses also they can't afford to just have any person that has a slight cough or whatever to just go and look. I don't even know what this test costs. I have no idea.
If I'm not wrong, it's like 1,500 to 1,900 rand, anything
Fucking hell.
between there. So it's not. So that's where my argument is coming from. What about a person who doesn't have medical aid?
Mm,
Someone like me, I don't have medical aid. I can't afford medical aid. I want medical
yeah,
aid, but I'm just currently in a work situation where I don't have the salary for it. And
yeah.
people on the streets, people who can't afford healthcare at all. I really wonder what the situation is like for them.
Yeah, it's fucking reality, guys. This is South Africa. I mean,
Is your company doing anything to help, if I may ask? Aside from sending people to work from home, you work for a fairly big corporation.
yeah,
Do you know if they're doing anything that you know of
no,
to
not
help?
not that I know of. No, not that I know of. No.
Is there any internal communications and stuff being sent out like, listen, we know
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on,
There
or
is. The only internal communication we got so far is like if you have to go into quarantine or if you contract the virus or whatever. Like, if you get sent home for 2 weeks under quarantine or you fall ill with this virus, all that type of shit, um, you're basically gonna have to submit sick leave.
yeah,
So,
it's just
if your
fair.
sick leave, yeah, if your sick leave is depleted, annual leave. If you don't have any of the two, then it's going to be handled case to case basis. But most likely going to have to pay submit unpaid.
Yeah,
So which
Okay,
is a bit shitty.
they are more on the side of it's still a business, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a sucky situation. But then again, it all makes sense. Like people abuse sick leave and they shouldn't,
Yeah,
and
fuck it. Like
this is
this.
where.
Oh, okay, wait. Let me not get into that. This is gonna be on the internet for everybody to see.
Yeah,
So
let's not
yeah,
go into the
let
personal
me
stuff.
not get into that.
So tell me, you got any theories on the coronavirus? Anything that you believe? I've got a few. Let me start. Let me
Okay,
start with the most
yeah,
interesting
you
one.
start.
Let me start with the
You
most
start.
interesting one. I spoke about in the previous podcast as well. So the most interesting one for me is the one regarding the 5G. People believing that 5G is spreading it. Since Wuhan was the
Oh, what
first.
the fuck, 5G?
Yeah. So
Like internet, 5G.
yeah, 5G signal. So Wuhan
Okay.
was the first city in the world to have full 5G coverage,
Mm,
and since then shit just got weird, and then they wanted to expand, and then some people were like, no, we're not going to expand, it's just not safe or whatever. And then as soon as they said no for the expansion, then they're like, oh well, let's just make everyone sick and let's just fuck everyone up. And yeah, it's not, I'm pretty sure you're going to have much cooler ones, so I'm hoping that you can give me
oh
something.
fuck. Right. I mean 5G. I don't know. I just don't understand
No,
how
no, no. Wait,
5G.
wait, wait. Okay, wait, wait. We can actually. It makes sense. Think about this. Think about this. If I send you a WhatsApp message, or if I send you a message, you get it like that via radio
Mm,
signals. It's entirely possible that there's some fucking smart motherfucker out there that figured out a way to transmit not only radio waves, just like that. It's entirely possible. The technology we have today, stuff we can do. If you think about it, maybe it's possible. I'm definitely not saying it's just the one that's the most interesting to me.
mm,
The one that the two that I lean towards the most is number one, population control. So
mm.
it was a virus that was engineered, and then shit went south, and they released it, or it got out. Or two, the actual story that 99% of the world believes, which is someone made a fucking bat hamburger and enjoyed a nice little bat barbecue, and now we're all dying.
Look, who the fuck knows how this shit starts anyhow? Look, COVID-19 is like the other coronaviruses, but it's a bit different. Um, the way it's structured and whatever. So it's not like flu, but it's similar.
Your flu-like symptoms.
Yeah. So the way it attacks the body is also a bit different. But let's not get into that. Let's talk about conspiracies. So I saw this thing online where there was this
I'm ready to
company
go down the rabbit hole, dude. I'm so ready.
where there was this company in, I think it is in Wuhan. It's a company that does fuck, I'm not sure what they do, but it's like a medical type of shit. They experiment or whatever. But the logo of the business is like an umbrella. Now you remember Resident Evil back in the day, Umbrella Corporation with the
Yeah,
white
yeah,
and the
yeah,
red
yeah. Oh,
umbrella.
yeah, yeah.
So this company had like that same exact logo, but it's a white and blue umbrella.
Holy
So
shit, okay.
people are like, yeah, this company fucking released this virus like in the Raccoon City, and now everybody's turning into fucking zombies and shit. So there's this whole conspiracy out there that it's this Chinese company that uh somehow this virus escaped one of their labs or whatever, and this is where shit actually
So they
started.
basically made the virus.
Yeah, it's like an engineered thing.
Okay. I look. I'm on the fence about that one about them engineering it. I mean, if you think about it, population control makes sense. China is
Mm.
very overpopulated. Maybe they just wanted people not to talk to each other for a while, and then if they
Well,
do, then there's repercussions about it.
they only have like 4,000 deaths, I think,
Yeah,
in the country.
it's
Well, reported what they tell the media,
yes, that's what I was gonna about to say. I know Italy surpassed them fairly recently.
Yeah. And Italy
Italy
only
is
has
screwed.
half the cases they have.
Yes, but Italy is also one of the oldest populations in the world, which
Mm.
is why the death rate is much higher. Which it makes sense. I mean, it does. Unfortunately, it is.
Fake older people,
Yeah, older people don't really survive that. Or I mean, they can survive, but the cases that go severe, most of them unfortunately don't make it. Um,
yeah.
where do you see this going? In your mind, what is the scenario that this ends up on?
Well, in our country specifically, I think there's going to be a shitload of deaths. Like, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of people in our country that have TB and AIDS and shit like that, and the medical care just isn't adequate enough to deal with the influx of people that's going to have this respiratory disease that
My
it
main
physically
concern,
attacks the immune system.
sorry to interrupt you, my main concern is I think we were a bit late. Our country woke up a bit late. That's my
Yeah,
concern.
no, fuck, obviously, yeah. But we're always too fucking late to the party.
Because even though, yes, okay, I'll give credit where credit is due. The fact that the presidency is doing something is a lot. It's a lot more than we as South Africans can expect from them. Really, it is. Anyone in South Africa can know that. But the fact that even when they did the first announcements and everything, they said like the ports and stuff will only close on that date. This will happen only on that date. Why not immediately? Why not stop it right there? You still gave it 3 more days to bring in thousands and thousands of people, or letting thousands and thousands of people go.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure about how their planning works or whatever the fuck they need to do. But I mean, they probably have their reasons for doing what they do. But I mean, at the end of the day, the virus is already here. So I mean, all that we can do now is try and contain it. And uh,
I know
if that virus hits like um
township.
a township settlement, there's gonna be fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Those people, I mean, they live, on top of each other, shit like that. So unfortunately, in the situation that they are, it's gonna be horrendous. They won't be able to control or even quarantine
Yeah, you
people
can't
off
tell
there.
it. You can't tell
You
a
won't be
township
able
to
to.
stay. Yeah, you can't
No,
tell a township to stay put.
you
They
won't be
won't.
able to.
Those people need. They have to make money as well. Especially those people. They get very. Townships struggle. The
Yeah,
people
they do.
who live there struggle. That's why they live in a fucking township.
And the thing is, also the medical care stuff they have in townships. I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's none to speak of. I mean, if you can think of Kailicha, they probably have their own hospital. I don't know. I've never been in Kailicha.
No, same. I have no
Um,
idea.
but I suppose they do have their own hospital there. But I mean, one hospital has to carry the whole of Kailicha. Ah, fuck, bro.
There was some.
That's not gonna happen.
There was some crazy stat that they worked out. I think there's like. Okay, this number might be completely wrong, but I know it's something crazy like this. There's only 10,000 ICU beds in the whole of South Africa. In the
Yeah,
whole of South Africa, and we are how many millions of people? That's excluding
yeah,
the people
58 mil.
that's excluding the people who already are in ICU. So
Mm,
let's say a million people get infected, and 10% of those goes critical.
mm.
What are we gonna do? We
Like I
can't.
looked at the statistics, out of the recovered patients all over the world, 10% of the people that have recovered and don't have the virus anymore, 10% of those people passed away. They died.
Holy shit!
So there's a 10% rate of deaths to recovery.
Yeah. So even though you recover, you might still pass after.
Well, okay, no, what I'm explaining this wrong. Um, so active cases, né?
Yeah.
You have there's 2,000 cases in total where people contracted the virus. 100,000 is still active, and 100,000 has recovered.
Okay.
But of those 100,000, they also calculate into the percentage that died.
Yeah.
So 90,000 people actually recovered, and 10,000 died.
Sure.
Okay, so all of the people that don't have the virus anymore, which is 100,000,
Yeah.
10% of those people are dead.
Sure. That's a crazy stat if you think about it that way.
Yeah, this is this site. I can actually quickly give it to you guys here on the chat. I have it here in my WhatsApp. It's www.worldmeters.info. Coronavirus
So
/#
I'm pretty
countries.
sure you can just Google that. Just give it one more time. What
Yeah,
was the main link? World meters.
www.worldmeters.info.
Worldmeters.info. Alright, we'll check that
Yeah,
out.
it gives you all the statistics, all the shit. It shows you all the countries that have cases, how many deaths, how many recoveries, all kinds of shit like that.
Well, so the presidency is actually currently meeting. I think the president is currently busy addressing the country. I'm not 100%
No, no,
sure.
no. I saw WhatsApp now come through. They said it's gonna be moved to tomorrow.
No, I don't believe that.
Apparently,
There's no way. I don't believe that.
because
There's no way they
president said
can't.
it's postponed to tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, but if it's a WhatsApp, I don't feel like I can believe it. I'm pretty sure
Well,
they
it's
won't.
our community um here in the
Um,
complex where I stay. I don't know. Maybe Google it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm
I'm
talking shit.
checking the
Maybe they're a
news.
bunch of fucking liars.
Ramaphosa will no longer be giving the South African update tonight on the coronavirus.
Ah, motherfucker! I told you, my people ain't
Wow,
liars.
dude, that's not good.
What?
That's not good. The fact that he's not updating them today clearly states that there was something big that they're discussing.
I don't know. Maybe fucking shit is going down. They're
Dude,
gonna put the whole
I
country on
have
lockdown.
I was about to say that. I'm pretty sure. I, I almost want to say I'm convinced that they're going to lock down the country. I'm convinced. I'm convinced we're going to go into lockdown. Just
Fuck,
because
imagine
of
that.
just because of everything that. So if you look at the news, the South African National Defence Force has been placed on high alert regarding information about the coronavirus. Right? They've been placed on high
Mhm.
alert where they have to be. If the president says, "Let's go," they have to go.
Jump, boys.
Everyone. I have a family member who works in the defense force. Um, they've also said that it's been crazy where they work. There's so much things they have to do. Obviously, I'm not stating that
Mm.
this person
This is
confirmed that it
not
will happen.
facts, people.
Yeah,
Don't
this is not
sue us.
facts. It's just what I'm perceiving of what's happening. But if they put, I'm really, what will happen if they put South Africa in lockdown? I think it'll be. I think one. Okay, I think I have a few
Well,
things
it,
on
it
it.
depends for how long.
Yes, but
And I do think it won't be like you're not allowed to leave your house.
mm,
There's gonna be curfews, so you're allowed to leave your house for 2 hours between this and this time to
yeah.
go do shopping or whatever. I don't think they're gonna fucking barricade you inside your house and tell
Yeah.
you you're gonna have to wipe your ass with your hand if you don't have toilet paper anymore.
Mm. Well, I
So
think I think I think a few things. My number one is I don't know how they're going to contain it in townships. How they're going to
yeah,
do
it
that,
won't be possible.
it will really and people on the streets. You can add them basically to townships. I really think
Mm,
I don't know if they'll be able to enforce it. Um, two, our economy is already not doing very well.
yeah,
Small businesses will suffer. People, this could literally be the start of debt for people for the rest of their lives. This could
yeah.
bankrupt people. This could
Well,
bankrupt entire people.
I saw an article now. Standard Bank is gonna give their small business owners a 3 month holiday from paying back their bonds, so they don't have to pay their bonds for 3 months. So
Okay, but it's probably going to
all
be people
yeah,
who already who is all up to date, right?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so okay, but what are those? What about those businesses that are struggling already? What about those businesses?
Well, I suppose they're fucked.
Yeah.
It's
In
like
a
it's like
simpler term, that's true.
Ramaphosa said, there's people unfortunately going to lose their jobs. It's fucking terrible, but it's a reality. I mean, look like our company already lost 39 billion rand in a matter of weeks.
And that's on top of load shedding,
Yeah,
right? Load shedding
yeah,
is
yeah.
also plays a big role in this. Well, let's
Our
not call it load shedding. Let's call it blackouts because it's blackouts. It's not load shedding. It's blackouts.
our our share price dropped from, I think it's 1,400 rand, and the last time I looked it was 680 rand.
That's on.
That's how much our share price dropped.
Holy
Like I
shit.
bought 10,000 rand shares like right there.
Yeah, I do the same because it'll probably. I'm pretty sure that
And
your
I'm
company
buying
will.
another 20 end of this month. I'm buying another 20.
It'll probably grow more. Definitely grow again.
Yeah, it
That's
will
insane.
definitely should. As soon as this shit comes under control and the world, starts to get
Resuming back
back
to
on track.
normal. Yeah.
I mean, the shares. The thing is, why South Africa's economy and JSE is struggling so much, um, is because foreign investors are taking out their money out of the country. Not
Yeah.
only because the businesses are losing value in shares, but with that, the rand is also collapsing. So they're
Oh
losing
yes.
their money's value is actually like times two loss. That's why they're taking their money out of the country, and that's why we have this economical fuck up at the moment.
We're definitely taking a big hit when it comes to our rand value. I mean, the rand is now what, like 18
80.
rand to the dollar.
Yeah, it's
That's
fucking ridiculous.
crazy. And we are literally. I think my stream actually just crashed. We're part of the future history classes. We're living through history at the moment, 100%. We are the future's, what's the word? We're the future history class. This will be talked about. This will be our defining thing for our lifetime.
Well, it depends, right? Um, like all epidemics, there is a curvature of how an epidemic should um last. So you have a high curvature, a high spike.
Yeah,
That is when a epidemic is a bad thing, because there's not enough medical staff, not enough beds in hospital, not enough medicine, shit like that to treat people. That's why you must like do the contamination, the
quarantine.
quarantine for the people, so you can flatten out that curve, so you don't like overwork the medical system.
That's to stop the
So
spread, basically.
yeah, not to stop the spread, but just to smooth it out, so the
Okay.
medical infrastructure can keep up. Because let's face the fact, everybody's going to get infected sooner or later.
Yeah,
It's eventually going to happen, but it's up to us to quarantine and make sure that it takes as long as possible
for that to
before we
happen.
get infected, so that the medical system can cope. But if something like this breaks out in a township, I mean, the medical system is fucked immediately, right there.
Yeah, it's gonna, because like I said, the amount of our medical resource is just not enough. And you saying that, and you saying that just once again makes me fucking realize how irresponsible and how stupid some people are. I have friends
Yeah.
and family right now that had brides this weekend, or they're going to do this, they're going to church, they're going to do that, they're going to some birthday party, some wedding. Like it's this is not the time to be fucking cool. This is not the
No,
time to be, oh, look at me, I'm still having a braai while everyone's hiding in their house. You're fucking stupid. That's what you are.
look, the
Because,
thing
and
is,
this is my thing. Sorry, I get angry. I get angry about this, and my reason for it is simple. All right, I'm young. I maybe I don't have the best immune system. I'm a severely overweight person. So for me, I have a risk of dying. I 100% have a risk of dying. Anyone has a risk of dying, but my risk is higher. But that's not my problem. My problem is, let's say I have the virus, right, Henry? You invite me over for a braai. I get to you. You ask me, hey, let's pour me a drink. I pour you a drink. I take out the ice with my hand. I pour you a drink. You get the virus. You live with your girlfriend,
mm,
right? Your girlfriend's gonna get the virus now because it's your girlfriend or fiance or wife or whatever. She's gonna get the virus. You guys live together. Like there's, I can't see a
we
logical way of
live
that
together,
not
we fuck together, we kiss
exactly.
together,
I
so
don't
obviously,
see a logical way of her not getting it. Okay, tomorrow you're going to work. You work with four or
yeah,
five other people. You give them all the virus. That's where my thing comes in. If my friends and family, or if anyone, you go out, you're not thinking. This is not the time to think about yourself. This is the time to think
no,
about
fucking
everyone else.
seriously, yeah,
I live with
yeah,
my grandparents, right? Yes, there's a nice little. It's blocked off. I mean, I have my own part of the house. They're never here. I'm never there. But if I do get it, and I give it to my grandparents, their chance of dying is like 99%
yeah,
more because they're
yeah, yeah.
over the age of 80.
Mm,
And that's what frustrates me is people think there's it's just a flu. That whole stigma we had at the start. Oh, it's just a
that's
flu. It'll blow
actually not.
over. It's not just a fucking flu. It's a pandemic. This is not the time to be thinking of yourself. This is the time to be thinking of. This is time to be thinking of your family, your friends, people you care about. And if you don't care about anyone, then I don't really know what to tell you. But still, this really gets me because I have grandparents, or I have grandparents, and I don't want them to die. I mean, I wouldn't want them to die.
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is, I don't think people realize that they're not just putting themselves in jeopardy or danger or whatever to contract the virus. They just think, oh, okay, I'm going to get sick and that's that. But the thing is, it's not just you getting sick, it's actually making other people sick and flooding the medical infrastructure of the country. And eventually, it's going to come to the point that people are going to have to make the choice who lives and who dies, you know?
I've
And that is horrible. How can you decide? who are you gonna treat and who you're not gonna treat. You understand?
You mentioning that now, this is 100% just on hearsay. This might be this is based on hearsay. I read an article of a nurse, or not a nurse, a few messages coming out where in Italy, where the medical infrastructure was so pressured that they had to make that decision. They
Yeah,
had to decide, listen,
it's fucking
we
terrible.
can't help these people. Like, they're just gonna have to die. We have to focus on the next batch and the next batch. Not every country has the capacity and the manpower to build a hospital in a week like Wuhan did. Look, props to them for doing that. It was fucking amazing, the fact that they got to do that and the fact that it worked out so well. But not every country has the capacity to do that. And I'm almost convinced that if it really does blow up in our land, it's going to be the same situation. It's going to be the same situation where they really won't know, or they're going to be like, listen, we can only help so many people. We have to decide who lives and who dies.
Yeah. Well, I saw a thing where China actually sent out medical staff and supplies to Italy to help them
Mm.
alleviate some of this shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get like foreign aid in our country. I mean, otherwise we will be fucked. We will be fucked. Like it's just a matter of time. If we can't keep this contained to, like, not put too much strain on the medical infrastructure in the country, people are gonna die in the streets, and that's just the reality of things. Doesn't matter if you have medical aid or not,
Yeah,
you're gonna
your medical
fucking
aid's
die.
only going to get you so far
Yeah,
when shit
because
hits the fan.
there's not gonna be enough medicine. There's not gonna be enough beds. And if the medical staff are starting to get sick, I mean, who the fuck is gonna look after us?
Yeah, that's also a big
So,
factor. I mean, the whole joke about we're running out of masks, we're running out of masks.
yeah.
That's literally what's happening. We're running out of medical supplies to keep people. And once again, this is not hearsay. This is a fact. Wearing a mask if you're not sick is worse for you than actually wearing the mask when you're not sick, or when you are sick. Sorry, because if you're not sick, right? All that mask does is just builds up like sweat and stuff, and it makes you touch your face more. Those
Mm.
masks are created for people who have the fucking virus, so that they don't cough and stuff on other people. And yet, here we are going out, and this is not aimed at South Africa specifically, this is aimed at everyone. Here we are going out fucking wearing masks and everything, but you walk around with your bare fucking hands. Like, it goes to the surface. If someone sneezes on your fucking arm, you're not going to go lick it. But if you go to the store and you pick up a pack of toilet paper where fucking Tani Suzelle just walked past and fucking sneezed her lungs out, and you're going to go pick up that toilet paper, then you're going to go over to the deli side and buy yourself a nice little sausage roll, and you're going to eat that motherfucker, and you're going to get the virus anyway.
Um, how the virus works is, I don't know if anybody watched this video of Kurt's Gezag.
No.
It's quite informative little clip. Like when the virus enters your lungs, it attaches to the outer membrane of the lung. That's
It's
like
like
your
little, it's
first
like little
line of
hairs. It's like little hairs. Yeah, yeah.
it's like your first line of defense in your lungs. So the virus sits on that, and it actually connects to the receptor on that thing, and it can pass through there to inject the RNA into the cells.
That's when
So,
it mutates, right?
excuse me.
That's when it mutates, if I'm not wrong. Or
No, it
does it?
doesn't.
No.
That's where it creates more of itself. So
Oh, yeah,
once
yeah,
it's
yeah.
into the cell, it hijacks the cell and it starts creating more copies of this virus. And the production of the virus speeds up and makes the cell work so hard that the cell eventually dies.
Okay.
So you literally have cell death of this virus making so many copies of itself. So your cells are dying, and then your immune system sends a response to fight these fucking guys, and this virus can actually hijack your immune system.
It basically
So
floods your lungs. Or
yeah,
immune
eventually,
your immune system is now fighting the virus in your lungs. So now, because it's sending all the fucking troops, it basically overflows your lungs. That's where you get like
yeah,
phlegm and you
yeah,
start struggling to breathe and stuff like that.
yeah, it dilates your blood vessels in your lungs. So basically, filling up your lungs because your body is trying to fucking fight this virus. And if you are older person or you have immune problems like myself, your immune system is so taxed that it can't fight bacteria in your body, and you start getting bacterial infections. And on top of the bacterial infections with this virus, that is most likely when you'll die. So if there's not enough antibiotics to treat people for the bacterial infections they're going to get, they're going to die from that.
Well,
So if there's a Musa spike in a country where there's like thousands of people getting this virus, there's no antibiotics to give people, then we're going to have a lot of fatalities.
and
A shitload.
also, now we have, okay, so we don't have a vaccine yet. There's no vaccine yet, obviously. But
Yeah.
now you get these very, very, and I cannot stress this, very intelligent people who believes that vaccines is bad for you.
Oh my God.
So
Fuck those
now,
people.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck
So
them.
now, think about this. You get the virus, right? You give it to your children who are not vaccinated, firstly, and
No,
now
they're
there's a
fucked.
new vaccine that comes out, and you're like, oh no, I don't believe in vaccines because I read some article. Once again, it just shows the stupidity of humanity, thinking that this literal what's the right word? Not facts. This
Scientific fucking
scientific evidence, photos and studies and videos of people who are not vaccinated who get like chickenpox or smallpox, and they look like a burnt piece of Kentucky chicken because of how the fucking the stuff is on their skin. And I'm trying to make it a bit of a humor thing, but it's the truth. And then you look at someone who got the vaccine and they have like 1 or 2 spots in their body.
Yeah.
People are...
Man, people that's anti-vaxxers are like people that believe in flat earth.
Oh,
You know,
God.
fuck those people as well. I mean, seriously, how the fuck do you...
Still, after all these years, like
Yeah.
at the start it was funny, but now, seriously, you can't possibly still think that the earth is flat.
Look, my son can come to me and tell me, Dad, I'm gay, whatever. I love him with all my heart.
Jesus, okay.
But if you come to me and he tells me he's a flat earther, I tell him to get the fuck out of my house. Go stay somewhere else.
It makes no sense that people believe the earth is fucking flat, dude. It's like everything else is round. Every planet, but not us.
But
Not
not
us.
Earth.
We're just
Earth is fucking
we're
flat.
some fucking turtle swimming in a big ocean of stars, and we're like on
Yeah.
the back. Oh my God, it makes no fucking sense.
And then you get the hollow earthers. Don't forget about them.
Sorry, I was laughing again.
Um,
People in chat saying like the earth is flat, proven in 2018. Read a fucking book, dude.
What? There was this some military decorated general or sergeant or some fucking something.
Mhm.
He flew over the pole, and he came back and he said that the there's a big hole in the pole, and you can go into that fucking hole, and inside there's a whole new um race of fucking giant people with blonde hair and shit. You know,
What
it's
the
like
fuck?
Hitler's fucking wet dream. Blonde hair and blue eyes people. You know. um so these people are fucking so advanced, and I don't know what the fuck else, and they fly these spaceships, and the reason why they don't want us to use nuclear warheads is because they live with us on this planet and shit like that, you know. I can't even remember what the fuck they call themselves, but anyway,
They're called round earthers, dude.
I don't know what the follow earth is, but these aliens, I can't fuck, well, not aliens, they probably I don't
Some
know what they are.
superhumans.
Fuck knows. But yeah,
Yetis.
there's and other people say, nah, it's fucking Hitler's people. They're living inside the earth.
Are there still
They
people that
escaped.
actually believe that Hitler's still alive?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way.
Well, who fucking knows? Maybe the Nazis, bro, they were fucking geniuses. They're scientists. They fucking did a lot of shit, inhumane shit, but they fucking made some amazing discoveries.
Sometimes I watch I like to watch these like World War in color on Netflix, and the shit you see that the Hitler and stuff, not Hitler, sorry, I say Hitler, but what the Germans did, the experiments they did on people is absolutely fucking horrific. How you can possibly?
Terrible,
But
bro.
listen, we're going in the wrong rabbit hole right now, dude. We just need to. I just want to step back to the coronavirus real quick. I want. What is the craziest conspiracy that you've heard?
About the coronavirus.
Yeah, okay, the craziest one that makes sense,
The craziest one that makes sense.
or one that you kind of think like, hey, this is probably what happened. What do you? Okay, let me ask you this: what do you believe happened? What do you believe happened?
Well, okay.
Here we go, boys.
Do you know how the AIDS virus started?
Well,
People
from my
had sex
understanding,
with monkeys.
okay, but that isn't that also a theory?
No, that's the fucking truth.
In what regard?
No, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what's the truth,
Okay,
but
but let's
that's
say
a
let's say that was the situation. What do you think happened with the coronavirus? Someone banged a
well. That's
fucking
what I'm
rat.
saying. Someone fucking fucked a rabbit. I don't know.
I
They
think.
fucked some bat or something.
Look, I've seen photos of these wet markets, and it is fucking disgusting.
Guy, it is fucking terrible.
It's inhumane. I'm
Oh
not a
my god.
vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I love my meat. I'll always love meat. But seeing those photos makes you really uncomfortable,
Yeah. Well,
and
it
it
makes me
makes
fucking
sense.
sad.
It
It
makes
makes me sad.
it makes sense that a virus could contract it. 100%.
Yeah. It's sad the way that some people have blatant disregard for animals.
Mhm.
I mean, they are so fucking pure and so innocent. I can't understand why you would, mistreat animals that way. Yeah, sure, we fucking kill animals and we eat them, but I mean, at least have a common fucking decency to leave them to live in a decent, environment. But keeping them in cages for months and months, let they literally get gangrene and their fucking legs are falling off and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Well,
Seriously.
that's what I'm saying. I'm leaning mostly towards me personally, I'm leaning mostly towards, like I said, some guy wanted to have a nice little hamburger and he didn't have
Yeah,
meat, so he made a
definitely.
fucking bat burger. The other one that kind of makes sense to me is the one where it was a engineered virus that went loose. And everywhere over the internet, okay, this is on the internet, not on the news, which makes it interesting for me and why I kind of feel it. There's some guy, some doctor that fucking died. He didn't die due to the virus, if I'm not wrong. Or I think he did. I'm not sure. But there's some doctor who warned us about this. And once he started warning people about it, the more he got shut down and shut out. And then he died because of it. Well, that's what I'm saying. He allegedly died because of the virus that he warned us about. And that kind of leads me to believe that it was engineered. It was engineered and created, and some person fucking or some guy left open some door, and something fucking the virus like sneaked out like a James Bond movie, and now it's all over the world.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you can see in chat there, but there's actually the person that got me on the whole 5G story. Look, I'm gonna be honest. The 5G story doesn't really make sense to me, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
a different
okay.
conspiracy.
I don't
Yeah,
know, bro.
okay, it is
I don't
okay.
know.
It's not on the right conversation there. But
Um,
listen, I didn't give you a chance to talk about the craziest one that you believe in. So if there's one, please do.
I wouldn't really say there's a well, I wouldn't say there's a crazy one. I believe in like some fucking genius motherfucker engineered some virus to wipe out half of Earth's fucking population. I mean, fucking Thanos with his fucking finger snap. I mean, maybe this guy decided, you know what? I want to be like fucking Thanos. I'm gonna wipe out half the fucking Earth's population. I don't know. Maybe,
It might be
but
population
honestly,
control. That's
yeah,
actually a good
it
point. It
might be.
might legit
Maybe.
be they decided. Listen, we have enough people. We have enough people. We need a new
Yeah.
plague. Let's do it.
Let's make some people burgers.
Okay,
Fuck.
well, dude.
We have to start eating people. Anyway, it's like I have a conspiracy theory behind population control in America.
Okay.
America is literally using the FDA um, to approve certain types of foods and shit that their people are allowed to eat that they deem safe, so that the people get obese and they die quicker. So you look at obese people; they normally die in their 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
So the life expectancy of people in the country is going down. And that is a way for them, and this is just a conspiracy. It sounds fucked up, but I mean that's how I see it. Why else would a country allow um corporations and shit to make their PP that PP their PP their people that unhealthy? You know, I mean, what the fuck? Like
If you look
I,
about if you,
I'm
sorry to
I'm
interrupt you, but
overweight.
yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was gonna. I just wanted. Don't forget about your point there. But I wanted to bring up the point that you just made today. If you think about it, right? If I've had friends who went to the US, right, and they send me a photo of a large Big Mac meal, right? It looks like a fucking platter compared to ours. And
Really, ours is like fucking this big.
yeah, we have a big one, but their drink, for example, like I think their extra large, it's literally a 2 liter Coke. It's a fucking 2 liter Coke that you get. Yeah, you get like maybe like 500 ml or maybe a liter, let's say, for example. But apologies for interrupting you. I just wanted to add on to that. Like that does make sense. So you go on there.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, what the fuck? Why would you allow? Yeah, sure, fucking sell fast food and shit like that, but why does the FDA approve to give people all these fucking? I mean, honestly, the stuff that makes them sick, fucking high blood pressure, diabetes. I mean,
It's the American dream,
yeah,
dude. The American
it
dream
is
is
a fucking
bacon,
American. And the
bacon,
thing
guns, and
is,
bitches.
yeah, bacon, guns, and fuck, I love bacon and I love bitches. I'm
I
not so
love,
sure about guns.
I love bacon. I do love ladies. What's that said? Bitches again, dude.
Yeah, guns. I shouldn't get near guns, but anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. That is a way I think that America is doing like a population control thing. They're trying to get the life expectancy of the people down. It's like um survival of the fittest, you know. All the shitty people die,
Makes
all
sense.
the stronger people live. So the people that get obese now was the survivors back in the day, because they were the ones that would have survived through a shitty period where they couldn't have food or whatever.
Yeah.
But the coronavirus, I don't think it's a population control thing. I honestly, I think it's a product of unhygienic, fucked up food market
Yeah.
where it's an animal. It mutated between the animals, and then eventually it went over
So a
to
human being,
humans,
yeah.
and that's where we got it.
Well, that's what happened. Okay, this is per my understanding. Previous coronaviruses, it's the same situation where it happened. It went from animals have coronaviruses all the time, and then sometimes it makes a jump, and then we are all fucked.
Yeah.
To me, the situation we are now is, I feel like this might be this is the first time, and it might be the only time in my lifetime, in our lifetime, that the whole world is one goal: to survive, right? And that's what I'm saying once again. I get so fucking upset the fact that people are not following the basic quarantine principles. Yes, okay, you're not sick. Great. Stay that fucking way. Stay at home. If you do go out, if like everyone has to go out,
Yeah.
everyone is gonna have to go out and go buy
But don't
groceries and stuff.
fucking buy all the toilet paper and
Yeah.
don't fucking buy all the tuna.
Leave the toilet.
Fuck's sakes. I want some for me too.
Okay, but anyway, when you do go out and you need to go like fucking buy groceries, whatever, or people have this perception in their mind that you can't go out at all. You can go out, go outside, go walk, go catch fish, go swim, for all you want. Just distance yourself from people. Don't hug each other or shake hands or whatever, because once again, I don't know, you don't know where that person's been. Because in our mind, because we're so used to it, you see someone a good friend, you're like, hey, how are you? You hug them. 10 minutes earlier,
You don't know what the fuck, whose dick they've been sucking.
exactly,
Or whatever,
they high-fived some guy's hand in the parking lot who was just jerking some guy off in the downstairs parking lot. These things literally happen. Jesus, Henry. But okay, we're making a joke out of this, and we have to keep the humor going. But I want people to understand. I want people to understand just the principle of just fucking stay home. We have all these memes. We have all these people who complain and talk about, oh, I just want to be alone and it's so nice seeing people, or we hate people. The earth is literally telling us, listen, you fucks, stay home. And yet, what are people doing? Now everybody wants to be like, you know what, it's Corona time. Let's go fucking buy all the toilet paper.
Yeah. Let's
And
go all the fucking toilet paper.
Exactly. And if you think about it, if there was no pandemic, people wouldn't be crowded in the shops. They don't want people crowded in the shops. Yes, it's a pandemic, and now what's happening? People are crowded in the shops because everyone wants to go shop at the same time. Did you see the photos last week of the macro stores in the cities? People were queuing for fucking miles, waiting inside of stores standing
fucking
arm
ridiculous.
to arm next to each other to prevent getting the virus by going into quarantine, yet they all went and stood next to everyone, and some fucking person probably came from the hospital or something and probably sneezed on everyone. Everyone's gonna get it. I without a doubt, I do not believe that we only have 240 cases in South Africa. I believe it's much more, and we're just not
We have a lot more.
100%.
I don't think we even have enough tests to test enough people to establish who has corona and who not. America's run out of tests. So I mean, the chance that we have enough tests to actually test
We
for
don't.
corona, we don't.
This is not hearsay. I don't know. I might have the wording wrong here, but one of our health departments, the Minister of Health or whatever, has a verified Twitter account, right? And every day they tweet the statistics. The last tweet we got regarding the stats, right, was yesterday morning, which was 240. So and they've only tested, okay? They've only tested like 7,000 people. Out of 7,000 people, 240 people got infected. 240. So you're telling me if 54 million, how many people we are, get infected, what's the numbers? 54 million people get tested. What's the infection number going to be? We'll never know because we don't have enough tests and stuff. It's mind-boggling. It's absolutely fucking insane that people are still going outside and treating this as just a flu, because it's not just a fucking flu. Sorry, I get so riled up because I honestly, my main thing is I live with my grandparents, so to me it hits home because I don't want them to fucking die.
Look, I'll probably be in a critical condition if I do get this,
Me as well, because I'm forgetting overweight.
I already have an autoimmune disease, and I'm drinking medication to suppress my immune system. So my immune system is not really in the position to be able to fight off something like this. So I don't fucking know. I'll probably end up in the ICU if there is a bed. If there's not a bed, I'll fucking die. And you know what? If I die, I die.
Well,
That's just how it is.
Like you said, they're going to get to a point where they're going to have to decide. Listen,
they're going to have to decide who lives and who
dies. People are going to die in the streets. People are going to fucking die in quarantine at home because they won't have anywhere to go to. People can't afford medical aid because our medical aid system is telling us, listen, you fucks, thank you for paying us every month. We can't test you unless you're positive. Or we can test you, but you have to pay for it unless you're positive. And I know we started the podcast with this. We started with it and... excuse me. We started the podcast with this and it is a business, yes. But still, it's just there's so much more that goes into this. And yes, the media is creating a much bigger panic over it. And this is not South Africa specific. This is world specific. The media is broadcasting all the time. You just get information. You get like these fucking WhatsApp groups with all these old people sending you forwarded messages of like people mutating and actually believing it. And then the media takes that and they run with it.
Well, look, the virus, I think, is already mutating. So, I mean, by the time we do have a vaccine to actually go on, the virus is already going to have changed by that, because World Health Organization said they will most probably only have a vaccine next year by this time.
Yeah,
so it's going to take a long time for us to actually get something.
And once again, when we get the vaccine, what are people going to say? Oh no, vaccines are bad for you.
Yeah.
Well, how do we know the vaccine is going to make it worse?
Yeah, I mean, fucking people are ignorant, man. You know, fuck them.
We live in a fucking movie, dude. We live in a movie. Right now, I feel like we are at the end. We're at the season premiere of a new Tom Cruise movie, and it's not fucking Top Gun. And
hey, guy, fucking World War Z.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd fucking love to be in a zombie apocalypse fucking situation, guy.
No, why? Why? Why would you say that?
I'm psycho, man. I'd love to fucking.
I'm psycho.
No, I'm just joking. Anyway, so okay. Now, just to make it clear, I'm not bashing on any religion or anything, but I just find this super funny. So in the Christian Bible, it says, whenever I hold back the rain or send locusts to eat up the crops or send on an epidemic onto my people, if they pray to me and repent and turn away from the evil they have been doing, then I will hear them in heaven, forgive their sins, and make their land prosperous again. So I've been sending this out to everybody, and I'm telling them, listen, guys, gotta fucking start praying. Now you know me. I'm not a Christian,
No.
so
Yeah, me
I don't
neither,
have
so.
a how can I put it, a normal belief system anyway.
Yeah.
So I've been sending this out to everybody. It's like, fucking guys, now's the time. We need to get on our knees. We need to
Settle the
start fucking
troops.
praying. Yeah,
Get all the churches ready. Ask for donations to pray, dude.
because somewhere in Africa, there's so many fucking locusts. It's
Oh, I saw
eating
that.
up all the crops and shit.
I saw that.
And the fires are burning down
Oh
Australia.
yeah, and people are starting to compare it with like the end of time.
Yeah, the fucking apocalypse bullshit,
It's all coming to an end, dude.
Yeah, it's a fucking Jesus on his way.
Some bird is gonna
Jesus on
fly
his
down
way.
from the top.
Yes, we fucking just have to wait. It's one of these
This
days.
is all those people who never liked those Facebook posts where it said one like equals one prayer.
Yes,
This is all your fault.
So, yeah, but I mean, people believe in this shit, like, seriously. I just don't know how.
Look, I think people are looking for people. There's some things that people can't explain. As human beings, there's a lot of things we can't explain, and then we're looking for an excuse to make it logical in our heads why things are happening. Look, if you're religious in that way, and whatever you believe in, whether be it a Christian, be it a Hindu or a Muslim or whatever, be it anything like that, if you have a set of rules or a set of scripts and stuff that you follow, and this is part of it, or this is warning signs of it all ending. I can see why people might believe that, because let's be frank, people believe some weird fucking shit. People believe the earth is flat. It gets right back to that. So I can see why some people might believe that.
You know what? I don't have a problem with anybody's beliefs about anything. I know, believe whatever you want. Just don't be a puss. Don't be an asshole.
Don't be a douche, yeah.
Just if you can believe whatever the fuck you want, but don't be an asshole.
My
Be a
favorite
decent
quote.
human being.
My favorite quote is, "Religion is like a dick. It's fine if you have it, just don't put it in my face."
Yeah, exactly.
No, we went down a fucking spiral there, dude. Holy shit. What was I gonna say?
Religion is something fucking interesting to talk about if you want to jump
We
into
can
that.
dive into that. I don't mind. Religion is always an interesting one for me because how can I say this? Okay, so I do not classify myself as a Christian. Definitely not. I don't classify myself as a religious person. I'd say I'm agnostic. Mostly agnostic, definitely. But yeah, it's. I think it's good for people's mindsets. People who. Sorry, I just want to adjust my mic here real quick. I think it's good for people's mindsets who. What can I say? Who look for an answer in something. That's something that they look to. They look up to a higher person. Because I mean, if you think about at work, same thing.
Yeah.
You look up to your seniors, and they're looking up to their seniors. And you look up to your dad, or you look up to your hero or someone, and I feel it can be cause for people to believe in things that might not always make sense to me or you. I've been through the whole loop. I myself was a Christian. It's not like my parents were terrible people and weren't religious. My parents are religious, all of them. My mom, my dad, my sister, they're all religious. I'm the black sheep. I'm the castaway in the family, so I'm the one who looked at things different than they did. So I would never blame anyone for the way I am, and I would never judge anyone for the way they are. If you want to believe in something, that's all you. I just don't see how people can believe in something that they have zero proof or they can also not see. And I know any religious person sitting out there right now. I'm not trying to stop
You have to have faith.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best one.
I do believe that, actually.
I am not stepping on anyone's toes here when saying this. Please, I don't want to fight you regarding what you believe in. This is just my view of everything.
We love everybody.
Yes, exactly. I love everyone. I just don't. People always say seeing is believing. You haven't seen anything. How are you believing? Anyway, onwards we go. Your turn. Talk to me.
So, like I said, faith, né? And that's what that's the thing about religion. I mean, fucker, who can prove there's a God? Who can prove any of that shit?
Who can
No.
prove there's not a God?
Yes, exactly. So you won't know. It's just a thing of you got to believe or not believe. That's your choice. There's fucking thousands, well not thousands. There's a fucking lot of religions on planet Earth, and people are so ignorant to say that yeah, just my fucking religion is the true one, and if you don't believe in my religion, you are going to hell, and when fucking shit gonna strike the fan, you fucked, you know,
Yeah.
you going to hell just because you don't believe what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I say to that? I say fuck you and your religion.
Because that's not how religion's supposed to work. And listen,
No.
to add on to that, if you think, and this is solely, I don't really want to say this is aimed at Christianity, but I thought about, I spoke to someone about this, and it worked on me. This is not aimed at Christianity. It's just any religion. So in religions, let's use the word religions. People believe that there's a list of rules, and if you don't follow these rules and you don't believe in the person who set up these rules, you're going to hell. Right? Okay, that's their belief. Fair enough. Henry, tomorrow I'm gonna come murder you. Right? I'm gonna kill you and your family. I'm gonna murder your whole family. And then
Just fuck me first before you murder me.
what I'm gonna do after I did this, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness. Then I'm gonna go up and he's gonna say, "You're good, dude. You're all good. You ask for forgiveness. You're fine. You're all fine." How does that make logical sense? You can do the most horrific things in the fucking world, ask for forgiveness, and you'll be good. But if you don't believe in me, you're going
Fuck
to
you.
you're gonna go burn, dude. That makes no logical sense.
It's just funny. Look, I was also raised Christian. It just never ever gelled with me. It felt very strange, very weird. I didn't like it at all. The people that were into, you know, the older people in the community, they all felt fake to me. They were all liars. They were all deceivers, and that's actually really how I saw them when I was young. Like I really felt something wasn't right. And my mother and my stepfather at the time, they used to be part of this whole fucking Christian group thing. People singing in the churches and shit and falling on the ground and shaking and foaming at the mouth. The Holy Spirit has touched me and shit. I went there a couple of times. I saw the shit. I laughed a bit. You know, it was entertaining.
No.
Um, but it wasn't for me. And eventually, and I told my mother, I said, listen, it's all fine and well what you want to believe, but just be careful of these people. They aren't good people.
Yeah.
Couple of years after that, she actually realized that they are fucking
Not what they
bad
claim to be.
people. They did a lot of stuff um, that you would not consider what a Christian would do. They stole money from the church.
No.
Um, they made out my mother to be such a fucking bad person to the whole community. Um, like they slandered her name by everybody, and just because she wasn't ready to fall into their way of beliefs, it's like it becomes a whole cult mindset. If you don't believe what I tell you to believe, you're wrong. So I mean, what the fuck? What I always say is follow your own truth.
Yes.
If you want to be happy in a religious type of aspect, just follow what you feel is true,
No. Look, if you
and
if
don't let
no no,
and
no
don't
you
let
continue.
anybody tell you anything.
If you find good in what you do in life, I think that should be enough for yourself to know that
Yeah,
what you're doing is right. If you feel that you're not really living
here's my
into,
Bible.
I don't
There's
know,
my Bible.
don't know what that is. You believe in some weird shit, right? You believe you're like a shaman or whatever it's called.
Something like that.
Sorry, you don't have to go into it if you don't want to. Anyway,
Well, we can go into it a bit if you wish.
well, it's just I don't really understand it at all. I just know you do some weird fucking shit, dude.
Hocus pocus. Asseblief fucking focus. No. Um, yeah. I don't know. Uh, it's 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 more spiritual type of it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told what is and what is not. I want to find out for myself. So it's a lot of soul searching
Mm-hmm.
and fucking a bit of. Do you know what's Wicca?
No.
Or no, you don't know what Wicca is. So
I
I
wick on
think
my
it's.
vape every time I have to change the carton.
Oh yes, the Wicca and the vape. I also used to smoke that fucking thing. It's bad for you. Anyway,
It's yeah, okay.
yeah, it's bad for you.
I'm gonna die anyway, dude. I might as well help myself.
Well, you're gonna get corona sooner or later, so you
Yeah, that's
might
true.
as well enjoy your vape.
My corona.
Um, so where the fuck was I now?
You were talking
Oh,
about
Wicca.
wicking.
Yes. So it's like a type of a new age pagan belief system. I think it was in the 1930s or some shit like that. It started up by
That sounds
some
fucking
weird
scary.
fucking. Huh?
That sounds pretty scary.
Scary?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Why?
Just the way you're wording it doesn't sound very healthy.
Healthy.
For your brain,
Look,
you know what I mean? Spiritually.
what you mean is like a culty type of a thing.
Yeah.
Well, what is fucking going to church and sitting there
No, no,
praying
no,
to
no, no.
someone
Okay,
and
no,
hanging
no.
on the
Okay,
cross?
yeah, okay, okay, yeah, okay. Just get to your fucking point. You're just gonna make me feel bad now. Let's go.
So and I mean you can do it completely alone. You don't have to be part of anybody. It's your own thing. You don't have to be part of a fucking a coven or a cult or whatever you want to be. Like people have put this whole stigma around anything that's not Christianity.
Yeah,
It's fucking evil.
that's very true though.
Mm.
People think like if you're an atheist or if you're agnostic or if you don't believe in something, they think you don't believe in Jesus or God. That's absolutely false. I don't
Yeah,
believe in anything.
yeah.
I don't believe in. I don't believe there's a devil. I believe that if you do something good, you did it. Your heart, you as a person. If you did something bad, you did it. Not some fucking devil sitting on your shoulder. You did it. You made the bad decision. Not something that influenced you or whatever.
Okay, so let me tell you in my belief how I see God. So there is a God, I do believe, that is the creator, but it's not necessarily a conscious being or whatever you wish to call it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just energy. It is good and bad.
Okay.
So it's the two faces of a coin. It's like yin and yang.
Black and white.
Within good is bad, and there's balance. So because God is the creator of everything, He must be a creator of good and bad. So He has to have both aspects of it, but it's in balance.
Okay.
So if you're just bad, you're gonna fucking murder and kill people. If you're just good, you're gonna do probably more damage than good to people. You
Okay.
know, there's a thing like being too good.
Yeah, obviously.
So you have to have balance. You have to know when to say yes and when to say no. Not that I mean you have to know when to kill people, but you can make a conscious decision not to be that bad because there's going to be balance. You
Okay,
must
that
know
makes
what's right
sense.
and wrong.
Okay.
So
Okay, but you still haven't
that's
answered my question. What do you do?
yes. What do I
Yeah,
do?
what do you do as do you just live your life or do you have to like do set fucking things? Do you have to
No,
like
no, no,
throw money
no.
at people on the streets or what?
No, fuck you, mad. Throw my money onto people on the streets. Fuck no. Okay, I wanted to take some of my tools out, but I don't know where the key is of my cupboard.
That's fine. Just explain
Um,
it to me. Just explain it to me.
but I have a little altar. I have my candles. I have my book, where I write my stuff down. Um, and then if I wish, I can do rituals. It's um, like doing mass in church. You know,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's also a ritual.
Yeah, it's a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do the same thing. I don't fucking worship the devil. The devil doesn't even exist.
Okay.
There is no such thing as a devil
Uh,
because I believe God is both,
yeah, the good and the bad energy.
the good and the bad, but it's a balance. So yes,
Okay.
there's good and there's bad.
That's quite
Some
interesting.
stuff are really bad and some stuff are really good.
That's very interesting.
So
Well,
um
we can delve into religion all we want, but in the end, it's just going to be a spiral of having this back and forth between me and you, whether what we
mm,
believe in or what and not. I will just I think I can speak for both me and Henry when we say that we don't care what you believe. To any of my friends or family watching this, or what Henry's family or friends are watching this, we're not. Just because we don't have the same beliefs as you doesn't mean we're bad people. I'm still me. I still love you. Dude, I'm thinking. My mind has just been on this coronavirus thing for a second again. I keep thinking about it because this is what the media has done right. The media has done the right thing as to keep it in our heads with all the all the things that they believe should be covered, like all the bad, and so it's been. What do you think? Or not? What do you think? Do you think that the media has had more negative impact or positive impact regarding the coronavirus?
Negative.
I definitely
negative.
think negative because the panic. 3 weeks ago, there wasn't that much panic. You can open News 24 and there will be like a small little blog
Mass
of the
hysteria, bro.
coronavirus.
That's just what's going on.
And the
It's
next
like
fucking
Ebola
day,
virus all over.
exactly, Ebola was everywhere, and then all of a sudden, dead. If that happens with the coronavirus again, I mean, surely, it just proves another point once again.
Sorry, I'm just reading the text. I'm offended you don't believe I exist in it. I don't believe you don't exist. I'll tell you what, I'll invite you over for a braai, and then I can actually confirm, you are someone.
Yeah, Solmia is one of my good long time viewers. I see Tamer Wemers is also there. What's up, Tammy?
Hello.
And Ruru. Joe, we've been everywhere this podcast. Literally, this literally feels like I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan, and this is like my first ever. I feel like this is a Joe Rogan podcast. Dude, we're talking about fucking everything.
You must just get a
Everything.
joint.
Yeah. I don't smoke weed, so I can't really. I can't really.
Smoke weed every day.
Hey, you don't smoke weed, right? You can't with your whole situation.
I tried the first time, and I got some weird fucking psychotic symptoms and shit.
That's when you wanted to kill Ruan, right?
Yeah, that's when I wanted to murder my best friend.
Oh yeah, but Ruan. Do you know if Ruan is still
Ruan
going crazy?
also says, yeah, fuck weed.
Oh, is he also done with it? Didn't he was gonna change the world.
He's done. Yeah, we're done, bro. We're done with that shit.
Okay, I'm happy that happy you guys are. Not, I mean, apparently it's not bad for you. So.
I'll be honest. I tried it a couple of times after that incident because I got a control of my psychosis and I know how to distinguish voices and all the psychotic fucking stuff that comes with that. So, the murderish fucking thoughts I have. Like I was sitting with Ruan and his wife, and I did an experiment just to show them what weed does to me. So I smoked, and I was explaining to them the whole way what weed is doing. Yeah, what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing at this moment. And there was this one moment where his wife was sitting in front of me, and he went outside to go get pizzas, and she was drinking wine out of a glass. And this voice told me to break a glass and stab her in the face with the stem of the wine glass.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's the stuff the voices tell me. And unfortunately,
bro, you are some next level crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. That's why I love you. You're some next level crazy. That's just why I love you.
Yeah, so it's traumatizing stuff. But I know that is my worst fear, and these voices bring that subconscious fears of you out, and they try and not try, they like scare you. It's your subconscious.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of hurting people. Like that is my worst fear, is to hurt someone. So these voices are bringing my worst fear, to the surface, and wanting me to do stuff like this. Okay. And now that I know and understand that, I know that his voices are saying all this stuff, but I know I will never do that because that's not who I am. That is just my fear that I will hurt someone.
Yeah.
Wow. So
that's a very different way to think of it. Thinking about it. Holy crap. Sure. Oh man, this is going everywhere. Have you ever heard of DMT?
Yeah.
Have you ever done DMT?
No. I actually, if I didn't have a mental illness, I would have fucking loved to do it. Because I watched the thing of Joe Rogan's. It looks fucking,
I've never ever done any drugs. Never. I've not done a single drug in my life. And I'm proud of that. But if there's one thing that intrigued me the most, it's DMT. There's like videos on YouTube where you can watch people, they take trips, they record themselves taking trips,
Yeah.
and the way they explain it and the shit that they experience, they're telling us their experience is it's so fucking fascinating. And someone explained it very fucking well. So I'm gonna try and explain it. I hope people, whoever's listening, if you're listening to, I hope this makes sense to you. They say, there's a belief that we live in, there's multiple dimensions, right? I don't believe this. I don't.
I do believe that.
I think it's highly possible. Let me say that. I literally feel like that's very, very possible. So they say that, let's say life is a line. This is life, and this is what we see. But then what happens when you take DMT? So this is one of the dimensions, and then on the this is the dimension that we see, and on the other side of this dimension is everything fucking else. And when you take DMT, it's like your face just pops out like a little diglet and just looks into all these other dimensions, and you experience it for that time. Because people say that everything turns into 4D, where you would see the whole life in a certain dimensional way. Once you go onto a DMT trip, you see everything in 4D. It's like you just poke your head through one of the dimensions and you can see everything else. And that intrigues me so fucking much. I'd love to see what that looks like. But adding on to that, I don't think I'll ever do it. As much as I'm interested to hear about it or see it or experience it, you have to be if you haven't done it before, you have to be in a controlled environment. Someone needs to be there with you, because you can go fucking crazy.
Look, that's the thing. I do believe that if you are someone that wants to experiment with drugs, don't do it on your own. Don't do it with friends that's inexperienced and has never done this more than a couple of times. Be with someone that knows what's going on, how the shit works, to keep you safe. Because drugs, they alter the way you think, they alter your perception. Like, you are not in a sane mind if you do drugs. Like, you're not. You don't think straight
Did you
because
know?
your brain is not functioning correctly.
Did you know that there is competing evidence? Okay, I won't say competing evidence. There is evidence. There's evidence. Okay, I'm not stating a fact, hearsay, that they are linking the burning bush situation from the Bible with Joseph. Right? They're linking to drugs because of the bush. That was the bush that was portrayed as burning was some drug bush or whatever, or some bush that had
Weed,
traces
marijuana.
it had some trace of some drug, and they said that it made sense that he talked to a bush that was fucking burning, believing that there was some person talking back to him. If you think about it, whoever wrote the Bible was on some shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make that shit up.
He fucking had some opiates that he was fucking.
You can't make that stuff up. Like, some of the stories are insane, and I get why people believe it. I get people want an explanation for things in life. They want an explanation for. They want an explanation for how life is happening, what is happening.
Look, I think it's a human trait. We are afraid of the unknown. Like,
yes, very well said.
We don't like not to know, so we will make up any explanation just to explain something, because we are afraid of not knowing. That's like to die. We are afraid to die because we don't know what happens after death.
Are you afraid to die?
We are afraid. Me, no.
Yeah, I'm also not afraid to die.
We are afraid of the dark because we can't see in the dark. We don't know what is in the dark. That's why we're afraid of the dark, because we don't know. You know, that's what makes us scared, because we have all this fucking shit going around your head. It's dark. I can't see what fucking monster's gonna grab me on my legs or whatever. You know?
Yeah, everything.
So
like,
and I think
we want an explanation. As humans, we want an explanation for what is not.
We want to rationalize. We want fucking something.
There's the words. There's the correct word. Holy shit! It's everything. Everything always draws back to the same thing. Humans are fucking weird, dude. We are weird as beings.
And the reason why we're so weird is because of these fucking brains we have.
Yeah, if you think about it, you're not a body. You're literally some little jelly ball hanging inside of a skeleton. That's what you are.
Well,
that's how shit like the coronavirus started. Some motherfucker, once again, some human being was crazy enough to either create this or
Or fuck a
eats
monkey.
or that word or ate a fucking bat burger or whatever, and it's we're crazy. Human beings are fucking weird, dude. We're all weird in our own way.
Well, I mean, we are the most intelligent species on Earth right now, you know? So, and if we look at chimps and shit like that, they haven't figured out religion yet or made their own religion. They are basically in the Stone Age at the moment. They use tools, they use stone tools to crack open nuts, to fucking do shit. So
But that's probably where
we
we
are
started as well.
basically, yeah, that we are basically viewing, if we look at chimps as the Stone Age creatures. That's where we were probably once upon a time.
Yeah,
You
maybe
know,
they were aliens walking among us, walking amongst the fucking
maybe the people from inside the earth came out to fucking teach us how to farm.
the
You know,
lava people, dude.
yeah, the lava people. Apparently, they say it's the people from Atlantis.
Oh wait, Atlantis. Oh wait, did his? Oh, you cut
Yeah.
out for a second there. Sorry, sorry again.
Oh,
Atlantis.
sorry.
What?
Yeah, they say the people from Atlantis moved to inside the.
Uh,
So yeah,
that's the sea people, right?
yeah, the Atlanteans, yeah, the super advanced civilization. Their island synced or some shit like that, but they are now living inside of the earth.
And now
The
we're
Atlanteans, yeah.
now we're basically just running life again, just starting it all over again. Yeah, I wonder.
Yep.
I really, if there's one thing I wonder about the most, is like, there's so many things that could kill us right now. So many things. Every day you read another article about humongous asteroid heading towards Earth that could end it all. And then right under that you see a little article from like, oh, coronavirus death toll goes to 1,000. And then right under that you see a fucking ad for a Big Mac burger, and right under that you'll see an ad for some overweight woman who's dying. We as human beings we're basically, the moment you start living, you start dying, basically, because you're just waiting to die. You're born, you live, you die. That's how I see life.
Sad way to look at life.
No, but that's the way I see it. That's why I would 100% say I'm a nihilist. I am a nihilist. I believe you are born, you live, you die. There's no point. There's no point in all this.
Oh, there is no point to life.
That's
Like, there is
100%
none.
my view of it.
The point in life is the points that you make. If you're gonna enjoy life or not, that's your fucking. If you're not gonna enjoy your life, you're just gonna fucking die unhappy.
That's true.
But
Look,
if
I fight a huge amount of demons in my head. I mean, you have me on WhatsApp. You've probably seen my status
Yeah.
and stuff. I despise waking up some days, because I want to be happy. I want to feel happy.
it's a
I want
difficult
to
thing to be happy
exactly. It's very
for
difficult.
people like us.
And oh Jesus Christ! I just fucking stubbed my toe. Oh, that hurts. Okay, sorry.
Masa punani.
Sorry about that. Oh God, that's gonna be blue. Oh motherfucker. Oh, okay, I'm good. Woo. Okay, sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I said at the start of the year, my goal for this year is to be happy. Last year, my goal was to get a new job, and I got that. My goal for 2020 was to be happy, and honestly, so far it's not happened. I don't feel any more happy than I felt last year. In fact, I feel worse this year. I've lost some good people in my life. People are distancing themselves from me, and that is because of me. Because I read everything that people say in a different way. So I can have a normal conversation with someone, and fuck, I'm bleeding. I can have a normal conversation with someone, and I would, because of the way my mind works, I would just take it up as a negative. And someone once said something to me very, very recently, like, they're tired of walking around on eggshells around me, and that really fucking stuck with me, because it makes sense, because I am like that. Someone would say something to me and mean no harm by it whatsoever, and then I would just bomb. And I thought about it, and I was like, this person's actually kind of right. I'm just being a huge dickbag, but that's just unfortunately how my brain works. I don't have someone to talk to. Okay, when I say someone, I don't have a significant other I can go to and like talk to someone, and I have a lot of good people in my life. I'll definitely say that, but it's not easy talking to people in your life about these things, because everyone has their own shit that they deal with, and some people frankly just don't give a fucking damn. People don't care. Nobody cares about you. When I say you, I mean me. Nobody cares about what I feel. That's how my brain works. Unfortunately, I'm hotwired that way. When I was born, and all the fucking shit in my body started coming together and everything. That's just what happened. That's my brain was just like, you know what? We're gonna make you fucking hate yourself to the day you die, and that's my demon that I fight every day. Everybody has demons.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I'm ready.
You don't have to feel like you're gonna be unhappy till the day you die.
Explain.
You don't have to feel that way.
Okay.
Go see a psychologist. Go see
Do you have any
fucking
idea how
psychiatrist.
expensive that is?
I know, but you can fucking you get that medical aid. It costs you like $750 a month. I can't remember what it's called. It's not fucking good or anything, but under their prescribed minimum benefits that every medical aid must give, they must give you 15 sessions of counseling a year that you get for free.
I'll
My
actually take you up on that offer. I have to read about that.
my psychiatrist cost me $2,500 a session,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
what it
take
cost me.
15 of them a year.
Jesus. No, I went for my session and it was good for me. I learned a lot about
Le-
myself, but I can't pay $2,500 every time. Every time, that's
No, no,
insane.
no. It's $750 for that medical aid. I just can't remember what they call it,
Well, after the
but it's
podcast, we'll
like
talk about it.
yeah. Anyway, so under law, they are they must give you that benefit. They pay for my bipolar medication. They pay for all of it. They pay for all my sessions, everything. Um, and I mean, if I had to fucking take 2.5 grand out of my pocket every month, plus another 1.5 for all my medication, I
No,
mean,
no.
4 grand a month. I don't have that kind of money. So, and I promise you, if you go for counseling, it is the best fucking thing you would ever do for yourself. I was literally at suicide when I went. I was like, I'm done. But this is the last thing I'm trying. Otherwise, I'm killing myself. I went, and best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so much happier. I feel so much better about myself. Look, I have a lot of fucking demons. I did a lot of fucked up shit in my life when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I carried a lot of guilt for it, and I hated myself for it. So to me, to go to a counselor and talk about these things helped me a lot. Um, and I mean, you can't talk about fucked up shit to people that actually know you because you're
Yeah.
scared they're gonna judge you and shit.
Exactly. I'm
Um,
not scared. You know they're
so
gonna judge you. That's what people do. They
yeah,
fucking judge you.
you go to a counselor, this fucking stranger. Still difficult to talk to them though, but I mean, they're not gonna judge you because they don't know you. So yeah, maybe in the back of there, it's like, yeah, maybe you know what, but they are professionals. They know that everybody's different. Some people, just do shit.
Yeah.
So they are not people is just gonna fucking sit there and say, oh, you're a terrible person, or anything. They genuine want to help.
Yeah.
But let me say this as well: you get shit counselors. So not all of them are good. Some of them are bad at their jobs, just like everybody in any profession. You get people that's bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
So it takes some time to find one that actually fits with you. It takes some time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're lucky like me. On the second try, I got someone that I liked, and I've known that counselor now for 4 years. So it takes some time, but it's the best thing you'll ever do.
It definitely. It's definitely a tough. It's a very very hard thing to talk about.
Mm.
Mental health.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Mental health is a very very tough. Because of not only the stigma we have in life, but um, some people believe that it's all just a fluke, it's all just a ruse, but I don't, because I know what I experience, I know what I feel,
Mm.
I know what it feels like thinking every single thing everyone says bad is about me. I could be walking past a fucking crowd of people, right, who's not even looking at me, and they would laugh, and I would just think they're laughing at me. I could look at people across the street laughing at something completely different, and I would think it's about me. Because my anxiety is just, I that's my biggest thing is anxiety. I don't like saying I have depression, because I think that anxiety leads a lot to you not feeling quite happy, if I can put it that way, because the anxiety
Mm.
puts you down. Anxiety is like you're telling yourself like, hey, things are going good, and your anxiety is like, no, it's not. It's not going good because this, and this, and this, and this, and it just keeps on fucking building this huge mountain in front of you. And I am just at that point where I don't climb the mountain anymore. I don't try to face it anymore. I'm just going day by day right now. If I fall flat tomorrow, I do not care. I couldn't care less. Like I said earlier, I'm not scared of death. You're also not scared of death. And talking to friends, family about this thing, like my dad is a policeman, dude. He is the toughest motherfucker I know. I can't go talk to my dad about stuff like this. He like I love my dad, nothing against my dad or anything, but it's just that's just the situation that he's not gonna be able to fathom what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
He's probably fighting his own demons. I mean, he's seen some shit in his life. He's a policeman. What the fuck?
That's why you need someone to talk to, guy.
I
And
know.
look, I'm not promising everything is gonna be perfect after you start
Yeah.
seeing someone.
Yeah,
Last year I
you
wanted to
shouldn't.
fucking blow my brains out.
You
So
shouldn't expect immediate results. You shouldn't, because it's not going to be like that.
well, you're gonna have relapse. It's gonna happen. But at the moment, I've been the best that I've ever been in my whole life, ever. And that's just sitting down with someone and talking. As simple as that.
That's what
Just talking.
you saying that now makes me think. Last year was when I started with this new job, right? I told you about this last year on my podcast. I don't know if you remember this, but when I started this new job, there's this fucking amazing girl, dude. The most amazing person, and I literally mean this she's married, so I have no tendencies whatsoever. I've never thought about her that way. She was literally just a buddy to talk to, and I honestly started feeling happy. I started because I was able to talk to her about things that I feel, and I kind of got it off my chest, and I started being thankful for that. And once again, life just fucked me, and she decided to resign and pursue her dream and stuff like that, which obviously is great for her. I mean, this sounds like I'm fucking, she's following her dream, which is great. But my point being, it's not aimed at her. My point being, that's how life fucks me every single time. Like every time something goes good, something bigger makes everything worse again. And that's exactly what happened. She was this amazing, amazing, amazing person, and yeah, that unfortunately happened. And it's happened with so many other things before. I've had relationships with great friends and stuff, and then one day we'll have some conversation, or someone will say something, or something will happen, and you just it's like the end of the world, and then the communication just breaks like that. One of my best friends, I haven't spoken to him in months, and I know it, whenever we do speak again, it's going to be a bad thing, because I might have said something, or they might have said something, or there's just some situation that's making everything worse, and that's why I'm currently at like this wall in life where I'm stressing about everything that I shouldn't even. I'm stressing about things that hasn't even happened yet, and that is anxiety. That's legit fucking anxiety. Like
anxiety,
and you always talk about like the dark humor and everything, and then the dark humor about it. Like people think you joke when you say things like you've thought about killing yourself. Like that's thoughts that we've had because of the situation. Not all of us, unfortunately, does have a healthy mind. That's just life. I know this podcast is going everywhere, and I'm opening up a lot here. But this is what I want this to be. I want this to be. No, but I mean, this is what I want this podcast to be. I want it to be an open conversation for any person to say anything, including me. This is my platform. Whether 5 people watch this or 100 people watch this, and whether 10 people judge me or everyone fucking judges me. If my family sees this and they now suddenly think I'm a horrible person because I've opened up about who I am, because I'm pretty sure a lot of my family members didn't know exactly what I was going through, or what I was seeing, or what I was feeling, religious-wise, or in my mind, or in my head, or anyone watching this. Is like, this is what I want this to be. I want this to be an open platform for any person to just talk.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't suffer from social anxiety like you, like being worried about what everybody says behind my back, and what they say when they look at me and stuff like that. Like, yes, I used to be like that when I was younger. Now I basically don't give a fuck, because I'm happy with myself, and you know, yeah, I do care what people think about me when they see, oh, look at this fat fuck coming here. It's like, yeah, okay, you know what, whatever, and I go on with my life. I forget about it. And I would say a big factor in me being able to shrug shit off like that is going for counseling. Because firstly, I know who I am. I love myself more now, and I'm comfortable being in my own skin.
I think that's
So
something I really yearn for.
counseling has fucking helped me tremendously, and I think it's something that you will definitely
Benefit
get a
from,
lot
yeah.
of value out.
I put a lot of value
So
in finding someone who I can share my life with. I don't want to get married and have children or something, but I do want a significant other. I really want a girlfriend. I'll say it
that's
like that.
why I have Chantel. I don't want to have children. She knows it. I don't want to get married, but I mean, it's gonna make her super happy. So I asked her if she wants, to marry, and we got engaged the other day, and we're gonna marry. It's not something big for me. It's not important for me, but it's important for her. And
Yeah.
we've been together for fucking more than
Yes,
a
sir.
decade now. So I mean, I'm not gonna look for a different woman.
And
So I
my
mean,
my
why not?
my ultimate goal is to be happy, and for me to be happy is I really put a lot on meeting someone that just understands me or is willing to be with me, even though I
Well,
am a obese motherfucker. And obviously I'm working
uh,
on that. That's
well,
part of life.
let me be a fucking push quickly with you. Nah, just
That's
just just quickly. For you to actually get someone to, be
You're
in a
gonna tell me to
relationship.
love to for someone to love you, you have to love yourself. That's what you're gonna say.
No, fuck, I'm
I thought
not
you were
gonna
gonna.
say
I
that,
thought you were gonna say that.
motherfucker. Let me fucking finish. Um, you're gonna have to sort yourself out first.
That's yeah.
Like look, because when you're gonna be in a relationship with someone and they're gonna say something to you, you're gonna take it up negatively. So you're gonna fight the whole time because you are taking up things differently in a way they didn't mean it. And that's the reality of a relationship. You are living with another person in close quarters. You're gonna get fucking tired of each other. And if you can't deal with someone saying stuff to you and you're taking it up the wrong way, I mean, you're gonna have to sort it out first before you're gonna have a successful relationship.
No.
So you're gonna have to sort yourself out first
Listen,
before.
this is turning into a therapy session for me, and I don't like that. But
Okay,
I
well,
do
fuck it, let's
appreciate.
stop
No,
that
man,
then.
I do appreciate that. Um, I do think that this is a good way to end it off because I think we touched on a lot of
My heart, my soul.
my heart, my soul. We touched on a lot of things. Yeah.
Fucking, I'm enjoying this. I don't want to go yet, man.
Dude, aliens. Do you believe in aliens?
Aliens, yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Dude, aliens are out there, dude. They finna out there.
There's people that like their sexual fetish is like alien sex.
Yeah, I have one
It's
of them
like a
in my
fetish.
chat. His name is X X.
Oh, is it?
He loves crazy shit, dude. He Yeah, I'm not gonna open up about his personal life. But but yeah, okay, but okay. Well, I think any person who looks up into the sky and you see infinity, and you're telling me that you believe there's nothing out there, you have to be mentally ill. Like there's so much out there that we haven't even seen. We've seen like probably a 0.% of what's
Mm.
out there. There has to be some little fucker sitting up there with a telescope looking at us. 100%. Maybe some bot or some like computer or something just watching us all the time.
Well, it's highly plausible that, I mean, we are a product of fucking alien intervention in our planet's evolution, and they saw we are the first ape-like creature that has some intelligence, and they started to genetically fucking modify us in some way to speed up our evolution.
Dude, I think there's some fucker sitting up there right now playing SimCity and just sending us viruses and stuff, dude. That's where the corona is coming from. He's trying to wipe the
Natural
city, dude.
disasters.
Yeah, it's like sending some shit towards us to get the population under control. We live in a fucking weird time, huh? We live in such a
Well,
weird time where there's virus out there, and yet here we are spreading memes and finding humor out of a disaster, a pandemic in our lives.
I mean, we are just a bunch of fucking stupid kids that just fucking joke about shit. I mean,
Which is a good thing, I think, as well. Because I
yeah,
mean,
it is.
imagine if they weren't memes. If you think about this pandemic, 40 years ago, right? What year is now? 2020. So yeah, 1980. Before cell phones and like the internet got this big, how much different times would have been?
Yeah,
Just think about it.
fucking a lot different.
No internet, can't work from home. How people can get information? Every single morning, there's going to be a newspaper sent out. Not everyone's going to read the newspaper. Now, at the click of your finger, at the second an article goes out, or an update on the coronavirus goes, you get it on your phone immediately. You have a little fucking computer in your hand.
We are more interconnected now than fucking. I mean.
Yeah, you send a WhatsApp message, or you send a message to someone on the other side of the fucking world, and it takes milliseconds to get there. Milliseconds. 40 years ago, that would not have been possible. There's no fucking way.
People would have thought you're fucking crazy if
Exactly.
you know.
If you were to go, and I can guarantee you, I feel like I can't guarantee you, but I feel like if this happened 40 years ago, it wouldn't have been this bad. It would never have gotten this crazy. Never.
No, the hysteria wouldn't have been this bad.
No, because there's no media.
It's because the media hypes people up so fucking bad about all of this shit. It's like Ebola. And fucking Ebola never even became a big thing. Like, the media literally wants to fuck us over, control the way that we think about shit. Media is just... They should fucking close all the different news places. Close all of them and just have one.
Yeah, like
that's how it must work. Just one.
Main one.
Yes. And it must be independent. It mustn't be fucking state-owned or fucking shit like that. So they can be told you're only allowed to fucking do this and this and that.
But that once again comes off to one of your points. In the end, it's also still a business, and those people are probably just trying to provide for their families or whatever. But
yeah, it is. But why are you making fuck?
Exactly. No, I know what you were gonna say, and I agree. In my view, I imagine the Spider-Man, like fucking, you know, the editor in Spider-Man who's this douchebag. I imagine that every single morning, fucking Mary Poppins comes into the office and she's like, "Listen, sir, this is the news that I got. It's not good news." And he's like, "Listen, you take that news and you make sure that everyone gets it, and you make it sound as scary as fucking possible."
Yeah, because we can sell newspapers.
True.
And you know what I got to say to people like that? Fuck you.
Well,
because you're making all the people buy all the fucking toilet paper and all the tuna cans. So what the fuck, when I'm less for tuna, what am I gonna eat? You know?
I think. Oh god, I just got some pop up on my screen here. I'm getting hacked. Anyway, if we didn't have the media. And the media has... yes.
Can I just pause you quickly?
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate all of Henrico's posts that he's making in the chat?
I want to appreciate everyone who's watching right now and talking.
Yeah, but specifically now, because I know that he's had a bit too much alcohol, so he's talking the world.
He's drinking a lot. He's really he drank a lot. So yeah, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Funny.
And thank you to everyone who's watching. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
for those
thank
of you.
All.
Unfortunately, Ruan or Habanero in the chat, he doesn't know how to speak Afrikaans, English. Sorry, so he's typing English, Afrikaans, but hopefully he'll swap over to English soon, so more people can understand it. Anyway, where the fuck were we at? This is such a fucking rabbit hole, dude. I feel like I've been doing drugs this entire time, but I haven't done anything. We've been through so many fucking topics, and that's why I really like talking to you. So I really hope that whoever watches this, that people do find some enjoyment out of just having these conversations.
At least it's entertaining, I hope. Anyway, yeah, the news person telling you make that news as fucking terrifying and shit as possible.
How do you think the coronavirus is gonna end? How do you think it's all gonna end? Okay, wait, not like serious question. How do you think it's gonna end? Like, let's not joke about it. I'm actually interested to know how.
It depends on how good we are at doing quarantine. It depends, because if we are not following the correct quarantine processes, and too many people get infected too quickly, a lot of people is gonna die, and there won't be any way to save them or help them. It's like the Spanish flu in 1918. There was no mass media to explain to people how to not contract the Spanish flu. So there were so many people getting sick so fast that they had beds outside in the fucking streets, and it's because people didn't know about quarantining. And because the world was already connected in a way that everybody was traveling between continents and shit like that, the virus spread quickly. And a lot of people died because the infection rate just jumped up. There was no control of quarantine. So if this happens now again, a lot of people is going to die if too many people get infected too quickly. So we must flatten the curve. So there's two ways. It can end good or it can end bad. Well, it could end okay and it could end really bad.
Do you think we've been bashing on the media a lot now, but do you think the fact that we have media helps us a bit where people are actually, well, more people are taking it a bit more seriously than they should, than other people are? For example, the quarantine. Like everyone is being told, the media is saying, listen, go fucking hide in your house and stay there. I think if we didn't have media, that wouldn't have happened
Yeah,
because
I
people
do
wouldn't have
think
known.
so. I think it's a double-edged sword.
Mm.
Like the media can stir some really fucking bad shit up in people. So it all depends on the way they present the information. They can cause a mass hysteria, or they can communicate actual solid evidence to people and give them good information on how to do things.
Yeah,
But I mean, sorry about that, guys.
that's fine.
I mean, I don't know. The media, it's a double-edged sword. They can either cause a lot of shit or they can actually help. And that's
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
way it is.
No, I'm thinking about what you're saying, and you referencing the double-edged sword is actually a very, very, very well used. I think currently they're doing slightly a bit more bad than they're doing good. I think in their minds they're just trying to spread information to the people, which I kind of get. But 3 weeks ago there was no panic in this country.
Mm.
We knew it was there, and then we had our first case, and everyone was like, oh, "Okay, we're gonna get it now." And then
As
all of a
soon as
sudden,
that presidential
everything
address
fucking
came out.
there we go. When that I panicked that day, cause I thought it was just gonna be like him saying like, "Listen, we know we have the virus and we are working to get it out." And then when he started announcing shit, that's when I realized that I haven't been following the news correctly, because apparently everyone knew this was coming. Everyone knew that all these things were gonna happen, but and like I said, that day is when I started to panic. I'm not panicking anymore because obviously I've in my mind everything is, it's already as bad as it can get, and it's probably only gonna go worse from here. But yeah, the media definitely played a great part in that. I have no idea where I'm going with this point, but yeah.
Yeah, like I said, double-edged sword. The media are motherfuckers, but they're also not motherfuckers. So it depends.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sometimes they can do good, sometimes they don't.
Listen,
I hope,
I
I
really
hope you're
think
not
this
gonna
is
get demonetized because of all my swearing or
no.
whatever the
I
fuck they do on Twitch.
could not care less about being demonetized. I just want people to watch this, listen to this, and just enjoy this. And I think this is a good point to end it. We've been going at it for a while now, and it was awesome having you on here again. Is there
Thank
anything
you
you wanna?
for having.
Of course, man. Of course, we're gonna do this again. You're like the first person who told me want to come
Yes.
back anyway. Is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to like leave people with?
Be wise, condomize.
I thought you were gonna say sanitize, dude.
Nah,
Uh,
condomize is more important.
Thank you so much for joining me again, Henry. Thank you for being the same as I in regards to not giving a single fuck what you say and just being true to yourself. And I think a lot of people will watch this podcast again and see that they're gonna be happy to see that you're still with us, because we know that you go through a lot of shit. And yeah, thank you for opening up about that. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone that was watching. I really appreciate it. This is an amazing. This is really a fun one. I really enjoyed this one. It'll be uploaded to YouTube as per always. I don't know why I'm saying this. Is that you're gonna be in the YouTube channel. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Anything as always, don't go anywhere yet. Yeah, is there
Yes.
anywhere people can I already asked you last time. Listen, you have no social medias anyway,
Ah,
so
fuck. Send me an email. I don't know.
send him an email.
Send me a WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I
send
don't
him
know.
what, but he doesn't have a number. So yeah. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I really appreciate it. And yeah, We love you. Henry, don't go anywhere.
Cheers, guys.
Fucking everything you don't know. You had everything, threw it all away. You don't know. You got everything that you need.